Section 2, the signing agent's role. So why do signing agents exist? A quick history of signing agents, defining the parties, where exactly are we going to be in the food chain, and again, some more action items for you. So why do we exist? Why are we here? Well, obviously we want to make money. Some of us just want to supplement our income or work towards retirement, or maybe just transition to this being a full-time profession for you. But ultimately, we have to remember that we are there for the convenience of others. Signing agents exist to facilitate transactions and make them more convenient. Do not forget that. We are a convenience to the process, and that's in blue for a reason. The moment you no longer a convenience to the process, you're not needed. Ideally, we want to be a distinguished role that's different than someone picking up the documents or printing it themselves, going to the UPS store or a mail center place and going to a notary and they just notarize 4 or 5 documents. So the signing agent, there's a lot more to that, and we'll go over kind of the administrative part of it as well. But popular busy signing agents make things easy for everyone else. But the sought after ones, they're not going to make demands. They make things flow smoothly for all parties. Signing agents can facilitate loan signings anywhere, offering more convenient options. And again, even before COVID, just in the last decade alone, people don't usually take off work to go to the title company. People travel for a living, or one spouse travels for a living, or spouses don't have the same working hours. 8 to 5 is out the window. People have shift hours sometimes. So just the way the world is, that alone was a big demand for signing agents. But with COVID especially, those of you that have been signing agents or kind of dipped in the water last year and even the current year have noticed that your phones will be blowing up. So once you start getting your comfort level and going through all the material today and you start marketing yourself, your phone will probably be very active. Signing agents communicate with the hiring party. So you're going to confirm the appointment within the hour. We'll talk more about that later. You're going to follow communication requirements that you receive in your hiring orders. So whoever initially hires you usually has some instructions, an email, or if it's on a portal, or however you get hired, almost always there's some type of instructions. You're going to communicate problems when they arise to find a solution. And we're going to teach you how to be proactive and identify a lot of this way in advance. So not only you're wasting or not wasting your time or the signer, hopefully it'll help you avoid costly errors that you can identify them before you even start the process. Printing and handling the documents, you lift the burden from the document preparer. Brenda, in a very good timeline, is going to kind of show you how things used to be. So again, just that alone in many circumstances is a huge plus and why we are demanded or have demand rather as a signing agent. Signing agents traditionally print 2 sets of documents, one for signing and returning. The other one is for the signer's files, and we'll talk more about that in our loan document presentation. Common tasks that are handled during the actual appointment. Obviously, you're going to meet with your signer. You're going to identify them according to your state's laws. You're going to present the documents in a certain way where it's ethical and you don't cross over to unauthorized practice of law. You're going to obtain signatures, and sometimes you may be obtaining documents and whatever else that your hiring party will need you to collect. And then ultimately, you're going to notarize the documents that is consistent, again, with your state's laws. So you probably already figured out, we're really going to kind of direct you. There's a lot of state-specific things that you have to perfect. And then ultimately, the signer and the borrower, whoever you're meeting with, they're catered to. Think of all these app-based services, Amazon, Shipped, DoorDash, and all that. Think of the convenience, right? So they have a good market and a good client base because of convenience. Post-signing task, you're going to check the documents 3 to 4 times, and we'll kind of give you a flow for that. You're going to follow instructions about scanning or faxing if that applies, and you're going to return the documents timely. I know you guys are like, well, duh, Jake, and duh, Brenda, we get that. You'd be very surprised. People miss those steps. I mean, more often than ever should be. So we'll help you with that in the process flow a little bit later in the course. But again, we can't stress enough your high value assets. I'm telling you directly from the horse's mouth as a hiring party, what I see, people who are ethical, who take this training, just alone, you are in demand. You are needed. I promise you, I'll say it again, you are needed. It's not always been this way. So Brenda's going to share her screen, and this is some really good background as to how things started and kind of give you better insight for today. So Miss Brenda, I will yield the screen back to you.